No. I'm not.
I don't know what it really means. Like, I wouldn't mind having something like this.
Yeah, sorry, that's what's gonna happen.
I kind of forgot what I was doing. I realized at some point here that I have a thing equipped to my character that makes him like slowly generate health over time. So it's only one. I think it's like 1 point of health every like 3 seconds. So I'm just kind of like letting my health refill because I got tired of dying.
That's fair. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I'll just make sure. So there is a very specific room I have to go to get the material I need to open those rifts. The best thing about this room is that it usually either has an ogre in it or it has revenants. On this particular one, it had revenants in it. And as you can imagine, I decided I don't want it. I mean, to be fair, like, every single room has had revenants this particular run. And I'm not for it.
Need a fresh upgrade before tackling the realm tears? Not that I condone such an action, mind you.
It's adorable to say the least. Because everybody was enjoying the hell out of that.
My young man. And we're back to you. What a surprise.
I was being sarcastic. Oh my god. You dummy, dumb dummy. Dumb dummy.
You're the dummy, you dummy.
Here I go again. No, I'm having problems. Oh. Because you guys are fucked.
Was there more to discuss?
That's it, Julian? I'm done? Mark, why you always fucking? Why can't you leave me alone with that?
So on top of everything else, when I finally do get the stuff to... No. Once I get the stuff to open those rifts, there's going to be stuff inside those rifts to fight. So I'm fighting so I can fight other things. So I can fight other things. I just told you no. Oh, wait, no, you're not Revenants. I'm sorry. I sullied your good name.
You dummy, dummy. How do you feel about cocaine?
At this moment?
In general. Like, I'm not asking if you want to go do cocaine right now.
My feelings are no. Feelings
Just
are
no.
don't.
And or don't.
No or don't.
What about maybe? Is maybe optional?
No. I mean, you can do whatever you want.
Oh no!
The life decisions I have to make on my own, that's scary. That's the true horror. Wolvers. I don't want no wolvers.
I don't want no stinking Wolverines. Well, at the very least, my health is all the way back up again. I have found a place in which I want to continue to grind my crop against the whetstone because my good years and make my blade sharp.
I'm not sure which specific thing it is, but there is something in this room that is just spitting acid at me with great vigor.
With great what?
Vigor.
Vigor. Do they have any salt?
No.
Vigors ain't no good without salt.
Exactly.
A lot of some annoying as hell.
Like it does. The axe does a fuck ton of damage now, but these enemies still take so much more damage. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't care for artificial progression, and that sounds like artificial progression. It's like you do more damage, but the enemies you come across take more damage than you've newly been allowed to get, like, deal out. Yeah, that feels like artificial progression. But ultimately, you can just leave the amount of damage I do the same. And if anybody says, well, that's boring, no, that's how a lot of games used to be. I mean, Mario doesn't get stronger. To be fair, like in Mario World, like you jump on enemies. There's no point in the game, but like even if you get a fire flower, it deals the same amount of damage that a stomp does.
No.
Yes.
You haven't earned the right to
my
fight
love.
me.
What hasn't earned the right to fight you?
This room of enemies.
What has not earned the right to fight you?
Yeah.
Is that how you feel?
That's how I really feel. That was me walking into a bunch of spinning blades and realizing, oh, I'm walking into a bunch of spinning blades.
They were just flipping around on your lip like.
I mean, it's more so my back, but
I was cutting that bacon off your back.
I don't know why Bunny is so jumpy.
Because it's a chihuahua. That's just what they do, man. Let the dog be itself. Why you gotta question her? Why the dog gotta? Why's it gotta answer to your idea of what life is? The dog likes being jumpy. It makes it feel nice. I don't know why I'm so defensive with the fucking dog.
I don't think. I just don't think.
You think all the time.
Oh, is that what you think? Do you think I think?
That might be your downfall. Immediately got hit.
No. That's what you gave me? I mean, there's nothing that's going to be in this room that I'm going to be like, yeah, I'm okay with fighting these. I'm going to be so happy fighting these.
Unless it's a Draugr.
No, even then.
What'd you say?
Even then I won't be happy because there'll be other things with the Draugr. There's just no way for this to be an okay thing. And mind you, the dude said that there's only a chance that this thing I need is going to spawn here.
The dude, you mean Sindri?
No, the dude is in the person that made a video about where this material is. Get away from me, you fuck. If you want to know what the fresh hell is in this particular situation, it's one of those bug generals.
Bug general. Oh! And he has pointed out before that he knows that they aren't bugs. Like, Mark is aware that the Dark Elves are Dark Elves. He knows they're not bugs. But we both concur that they make a noise that is so resemblant. It resembles that of a wasp or something. So their wings get buzzy flap noise. I just want y'all to know that me and him are really good with words. So we don't.
I feel like the curse is going to kill me before I can kill him. Or before he can even kill me, for that matter. Because that's the thing, even though I killed this thing, I'm not going to have enough time to get the fuck out of here.
Open the chest and then leave.
And it didn't even have the thing I needed. On top of everything. Yeah, I'm gonna die.
I'm gonna die.
I just killed myself, more or less, because I was trying to run by the saw blades because there was no time. There's no good way to do this as far as I can see. Not on this difficulty. Because that's the thing, I can't progress any further until I get this stuff. And the way to progress is to get this material, and the way to get this material is to rush to the very back of the goddamn mist.
I'm sorry that this is the life you've chosen. Fuck.
I think it bothers me that the Revenants also just laugh at you as soon as you walk into the room. Because they know the cosmic joke that you're gonna have to fight them.
Maybe what?
They laugh at you as soon as you walk into the room. Because they know the cosmic joke that you're gonna have to fight them.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You okay, brother?
At the very least, I'm stacking a lot of cash. I'm making a lot of gold here.
So you have a lot of money for healing items at the very least.
Mm-hmm. I'm at level 21 now. I think when I started this, I was like level 19 or 18. And to be fair, when I fucking started the the stream, I think I was like level 15. I could be very wrong about that. Like, it's so unfair. Like, it really is. Like, I say it's unfair because, like, the controls don't allow it to be fair. Because you don't have a chance to... Like in God of War, like, if you couldn't, like, if you didn't have any... If there was nothing that gave you invincibility frames, I feel like the runic attacks should give you invincibility frames. Like, I feel like you should not... You shouldn't be able to get hurt while in the middle of doing the runic attack.
Yeah, but you do.
Yeah, I know, but I feel like you shouldn't. Because for the life of me, I can't understand what makes the runic attacks so different from the what makes the runic attack so damn different from the parry, like the successful parry. Like when you parry and then you do that little like that shieldy move. Like that has invincibility frames.
Yeah, for whatever reason, the parry.
Why am I a dumb fuck?
What are you talking about?
Didn't you just say I was a dumb fuck? I'm hurt.
I mean, if that's how you want to
She
take
said dumb fuck. She did say dumb fuck, right?
No.
Really? What did you say?
Nothing.
She said something.
Yeah, she made a groaning noise.
That she didn't say. Oh my! Wow, that's what I heard. I heard dumb fuck. I heard her call something a dumb fuck. Like, and I was like, oh, all right, man, cool. Really? Really though? Seriously? No words whatsoever.
No words.
That's so weird. It's, god dang it! I don't like the controls. I don't like the controls. The controls are badly.
The controller.
And I also want to point out that there's been multiple occasions in this game while playing this today. Like I've accidentally used a healing, a very like valuable healing items because everything's so damn expensive. I've used healing items because I was trying to parry, and it's L1, so you can imagine why I was accidentally using healing items. They really just like flying shrimp. Hey, Mark, you like seafood? You don't like seafood, do you?
Yeah? Why wouldn't I like seafood?
I feel so you said you didn't like seafood. Specifically, I thought you said you didn't like shrimp.
No, I like shrimp a lot.
I've seen him eat shrimp. I know I have.
I don't like fried shrimp.
No, that might have been. You like your shrimp raw?
No,
The
I
iodine?
like grilled shrimp and whatnot.
That was me scratching my nose. Is that the Chattanooga choo-choo?
So on top of a Revenant, I also have to kill, I guess this is a Traveler, one of the guys with a shield on his back.
Yeah.
I don't know about other difficulties or if I'm just doing it wrong, but I can't stop them when they do that attack with, the orb.
No, you can't. I have learned that in certain cases, like with the Valkyries, when they go in the air and they get ready to do certain attacks, Atreus can stop it momentarily if he shoots them with arrows. So you can try that and see if that.
No, I've pummeled them with arrows when they're doing that.
Pummeled, you say? Pummeled.
Because that's the issue at this point. Like, I can't be careful with this fight and have enough time to get the fuck out of here with this thing. If I even get the goddamn thing.
Does upgrading the armor? Have you upgraded the armor all the way?
Not all the way, but that's because I think the other pieces to upgrade it are in the other area where Brock is.
Oh, is that what that is? Okay. Brock's in one place. Sindri's in the other. Hey, fucker, how you doing? Get in there and get your ass. Well, one vicious son of a bitch. Because I'm thinking maybe you'll increase the amount of resistance you have to the gas, to the mist, fog, whatever.
As far as I know, I have literally everything that makes it so I don't take more damage. Unless this just isn't the right room and I'm just being stupid.
Double check.
I mean, I don't have time to double check.
Can't pause?
I mean, I could, but I mean, it's not going to matter on this room.
You have a point.
I mean, it's the only thing that really does for me is lets me know I have to go even fucking deeper. Which leads to the idea that I'm gonna have even less time. And I don't really want to live that life.
The spinning blades were Evaldi's favorite. I always thought they were garish.
Spinning blades were... I don't care anymore.
Can you take snowballs into the nether?
I think so.
Yeah, because apparently snowballs do a lot of damage to blazes.
Well, that would make sense.
But a part of me was like, I feel like if I took a group of snowballs into the Nether, I feel like what would happen is I would throw them, and they would immediately evaporate.
I mean, that's something you'll have to test out.
You'll have to test it out. Because you like the Nether. I don't. You see the Nether is yummy yum. Everything's strawberry colored. I like strawberries. It's you in the Nether. You in the Nether is like, ah! 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 This place sucks. War, famine, pestilence, and death?
Yeah.
How could you make a game around famine and pestilence?
About
Like, how would you
starving and
personify-
being sick?
Yeah, but how would you personify those characters and then make it make sense that they're able to be the hero?
Because sometimes death is necessary, but I mean, as far as that goes, like literally making
No,
people
I mean
suffer, I don't
specifically
know.
pestilence and famine.
You can't?
That's what I figured. So like when the Darksiders like picked when they were like, yeah, we're gonna use these. It's gonna be Darksiders. I'm like, how do you make a game with pestilence as the main character? Like, how do we do this and make it make sense that famine isn't? I mean, we can just accept that they're the horsemen of the apocalypse, so they're strong because.
Okay, so there is some like relics that you find in the stuff that makes it so that you get stuff back on that meter. Like there's one
Some
here that
weapons?
I said relics. Relics.
Oh,
Relics. Have you gotten it?
gotcha.
This one says precision throws, executioner cleaves, successful kills, parries, cleaves.
What about a runic kill? That would be cool.
No.
No, that would be fun for you. We don't want that to be a thing. Executional cleaves, I'll take that. Because precision throws, I can't do precision throws because of my control scheme.
Mm.
I'm using oh fuck it. I'm using the right God of War button layout. So and holding down triangle or square to hold the axe to charge the axe. And then having to move the right stick. I can't do that combat.
I mean, you wouldn't use the charge attack to get the precision throws.
That's the problem. Like, I can't. I'm holding it regardless because I want to have the axe out and ready to go.
Yeah.
Is the thing. So having like aim, basically the problem is I can't aim and have the axe ready. This is my problem. Because like being able to use the right stick and being able to throw it like independently.
I guess
I
when
can
you said
track
you
the
changed
person
your
and then
control
throw it.
scheme, like the idea of having to try to aim while doing that
It's
seemed
not
insane
fun.
to me.
It is. It's stupid.
I mean, that's
But it's
kind of what I
something
mean.
I
Like,
have to do. Because to me, it makes more sense to like yank the trigger and have the arrows flying out. That makes sense to me, like specifically. And like I'm trying to think in my head, is there no other way? Is there like nothing, like no other button that could have been used? Yes, is the answer. If they didn't have that fucking stupid ass like camera that is in each combat scenario, if you freed the camera up and pulled the camera back and gave Kratos a better lay of the land, you could dodge with the right stick and shoot arrows with cross and throw the axe with R2.
I realize they don't want me to do it this way. Because they straight up do not let you use Atreus while you're up here. They didn't want you to have to do it this way.
They want you to be. They want you to be.
I'll never know.
Miserable. It's what they want from you. It's what would make this Engel with orgasmic desire. That hurts. And I'm gonna kill myself one day.
See, that room wasn't so bad because I could just cheese it by hurting the ogre until I can get on top of him and killing the revenant. I still don't feel like they're going to give me the material. Even though I'm pretty sure this is the room. But what the fuck do
Even though
I
you
know?
feel like you've earned it. You feel like you've earned it though.
No, I don't. Why would I feel like I've earned it?
You won't have earned it until you quit playing the game. That's when you've earned it. It won't be until you've turned the game off for a week straight and conceded defeat.
He had the audacity to put 3 yellow bar revenants in that room and asked me to kill them.
Yellow bars are easier, right?
They are, but they're still hard on this difficulty.
Fair enough. You sounded sad and annoyed at the same time.
I mean, I was just speaking the
Annoyed.
truth to you.
You're speaking the truth to me. The truth to me?
A
Truth.
single truth. The truest of the truths.
The good Lord has blessed you with a mind to rhyme and 2 hyped feet. What will you do with it, boy?
Not what you want, probably.
I'll give you $50 if you can tell me what rapper said that.
I have no idea.
Yeah, that's why I was willing to put that much money on the line. I knew you did not know. The good
No?
Lord bless me with a mind to rhyme and 2 hype feet. It feels good when you know you're down. A super dope homeboy from the old town. I'm not gonna say what it is, but without Googling it, anyone in the future who might figure out who might see this come this far, if you hear this and you know what it is, leave it in the comment section. Or message me on YouTube at Diz2K7 Gaming and tell me what it is. Because I clearly know what it is. And if you get it right, I'll play a game with you and we can record and you can be featured on my channel. Not that you would want to be, but it's something.
Like, I'm beginning to wonder if it's even just enough to just open the chest. Do I have to open all the chests to get it?
I really can't tell you better.
Just... Because I did everything that time except for 2 rooms because of the Revenants. Because I said no. I say thee nay.
I said nay. I do not want to play. The Revenants are really gay. They can go fuck each other.
Yeah, to be fair, that's kind of more or less where I'm at. How'd you feel about the memification of Arthur?
I didn't really care. I felt like somebody had been watching a lot of Arthur on PBS. It just kind of got bored. Like maybe they were in a doctor's office or...
Is that what you think of Arthur? That you only watch Arthur if you're in a doctor's office?
Well, as an adult is the problem. Like I think like whoever like did that, whoever... Fuck, these headphones. These earbuds, they're not headphones, they're earbuds. I feel like the person who did it, I don't think they were just sitting around watching Arthur. I think it just was on somewhere, and it was the only thing they could watch because it was what was on and they weren't in control.
It's so disheartening every time I hear the Revenants. I have to let you know. Like, 'cause it just means I'm moving on. I'm not stopping in this room. That's literally what it tells me.
But yeah, keep in mind that I'm very much aware that like the way the control scheme I have set does not make throwing act fun. But it's also why I would not play the game the way you play it. Because if I had to third person shoot it, first and foremost, I couldn't. Secondly, like the other way just doesn't work for me. Like person try like it just doesn't. Like I guess I see Kratos on screen and like I instinctually know where my fingers and thumbs should be. And when they aren't where they like them wanting me to do it in different ways, it was awkward and just not good. Like it doesn't feel good to the hand, it doesn't feel good to the mind. My spirit is broken. My will gets weaker.
Still did not give me the thing I needed. I guess while I'm in here, I should check to see if there's anything else I can open. Because I didn't check for that. The answer was no, there's nothing else to open. If they keep giving me ogres to kill in those rooms, though, I don't mind there being revenants. But in rooms like these, where it's just revenants, no. It's not happening.
Marcus, I gotta put my foot down, and that is what this is gonna be, you son of a bitch.
Because I've made a full circle. I went to every single room. And yeah, I didn't kill the revenants. I didn't kill... the ones that had revenants. But there's a reason for that.
I hate the goddamn revenant. That's the reason for it.
I mean, more or less.
I do feel like, as much as I do like that game, as much as I like God of War, I feel like what you're doing is like the fast track to not liking the game. Because unless you just like, unless that game is just rock hard, or you're addicted to
I'd still say this is still my second favorite God of War.
Okay.
Like, not just because of the story, I like the gameplay.
I don't. It's not God of War, man. It's my second favorite. I was like, I like it. It's my second favorite Last of Us. I will say that. Matter of fact, if there was like a 1.5 slot, I'd stick it in my 1.5 slot. Of the Last of Us games that I can like, if I can like. I don't want to fight you. I don't not want to fight you. I just don't want to fight you while fighting you, dude. What the fuck did you know? Do that kind of why I want to do that. Those dudes do 9 damage when they hit you. I think that's 9 damage.
I'm not seeing runes to hit. I see a runic chest, but no runes to open it. I do see a chest open. Yeah, I pretty much have over enough to open all these rifts. I just don't have the shit to open it, and that's where I am. Because he did say there's a chance to get the thing, so I'm just gonna assume.
The fuck was that?
Fuck was what?
That noise.
What noise?
You didn't hear that?
No.
When I explain what it sounds like, you're gonna think I'm crazy. It's not like somebody blew a fucking kazoo.
Weird.
Because even if it came out of my bedroom, you should have heard it through my microphone. For the
Yeah.
most part.
The only explanation for that is either it came from the game or something.
Possibly. I'll check. Yeah, I'll stand by my feelings on that game. Like, I feel like the combat isn't that good. Mostly because they crammed too much in at once. Like, because I still feel like being able to control the camera is nice, but I felt like doing it that way added too much for what they wanted you to do in the fight, like during the combat sequences. Like, it's just too much at once. Like, and this is coming from somebody who's beaten the game. You know, I've done it, and it's not doable. But it's just too much at once. Like, had they just freed the camera up and left it the way it was supposed to be, because I'm not gonna not use that phrasing, the right way, because that's the right way for that series. If they had freed the camera up, it would have left that the right stick alone, and you would have been able to dodge with that, and it would have freed up the cross button, which would have there was things you could have done.
I mean, the way they feel about it, though, is that they wanted you to experience their game in a very specific way and see things a specific way, and they just felt that the way that the God of War camera's been wasn't good for that.
I wouldn't have, that's the problem though. Like, I think, it, in combat, that's the only time it needs to do that. Like, to swap out like that. Like, during combat, the controls change, no problem. Like, when you're, exploring again, like, and it comes back in on you, because I'm sure there are other games that have done that. Like, when you're just out in the free world, like, free roam doing nothing. Like, the camera's, like, right on your shoulder, but when it's time to fight, or when there's something to do, like, the camera changes and the controller shifts a little bit. And I'm gonna say because I did, like, constantly getting hit by shit I can't see coming. Like, that never was okay. Like, it never got to a point where I was like, yeah, that's fair. Like, it told me it was coming. No, there were plenty of times when playing through the game, like going through certain fights, it would tell me that there was an incoming attack, and I would dodge ahead or dodge to the side, and there would be nothing behind me. Like, well, nothing directly behind me to be a danger. And, like, that's why I feel like it's just like with the Ravens. You set up an idea, and then you don't follow through with the idea. Or you don't set the idea up properly. Like, the Ravens will make noise when you are near them. They don't all make noise. There will be a red arrow telling you there was an incoming attack. The incoming attack might not actually be able to hit you. It's just there. Like, the game provides misleading information. And if you like it, I'm good for you. I'm happy that you like it.
Oh, don't mind. I mean, mind you, I understand why you feel the way you feel.
Talking about you.
I mean, no, I mean, like, in general. I'm just saying, like, I understand why anyone would feel the way you feel about the situation. Like, it's a fair feeling and statement to make.
Like, I understand that there are people who didn't like the slam mechanic in Pro Skater 5. And, like, for me, like, I felt like that made the game easier, but that's not a bad thing. With that game, anything that makes your life better or easier is where you want to be. Because Lord knows that game is kind of a train wreck. Like, it really... Yeah, I will clearly say that, it's right in its execution. Because all the other Pro Skater games are like that. Like, regardless of how you want to look at it, that's how they are. The idea of like you being asked to do a crap load of shit that is not skateboard related. Like, yeah, that's like, mind you, like a lot of things were skateboard related, as in here, do these things on your skateboard. But a lot of the times it was like, again, it turns into like you're gonna fail it your first 70 times, and eventually you're gonna like have the path down pat, and you're gonna be like, all right, cool, I can do this now because I've basically done it a million times, so I don't have a choice but to not know how to do it. But to totally not, it's that. Like, I feel like when you're given a task, you should be able to clearly see what the task is ahead of you. And without even trying to do it, be able to, like, map out how you're going to do this before you execute anything. But like I was saying, Pro Skater 4, there were, like, missions and objectives that didn't do that. And I feel like it's fine. I give it the passive missions that want you to travel around a location and do a multitude of things. That's cool.
I'm not sure where I am right now.
Hell, but to give me a multitude, I'm thinking specifically about the carnival. There's a mission at the carnival or the fair or whatever it's called, where what they want you to do is you're supposed to ride on you're supposed to like get food and then ride on all these rides. And it's quite literally like one of the most like janky, broken ass like objectives. And on top of that, there's also another one that wants you to ride this roller coaster. They want you to ride the entirety of the roller coaster. But I still to this day cannot tell you how you're supposed to get there. Like how I got up there. I don't remember how I got up there. Like I never would have like. And even still, the objective is to ride the roller coaster. So you just grind the little track roller coaster's on. But there's an actual cart still actively on the roller coaster. And if you hit the cart, you immediately fail. And so for the life of me, can't understand like how they thought that made sense. Like, is it meant to be fair or is it just meant to be a novelty? Because it came off as a novelty. It's like, haha, I do this thing, it's crazy, right? And it's like, no, motherfucker, like I actually want to be able to pull this shit off. You know what I'm saying? Like, even Pro Skater 2, I'll say Pro Skater 2 and 3, like 2 expanded on the ideas of 1. 3 tried to make a compromise between 1 and 2. 4 said, fuck it. And 5 was like, I get it. It was like, skateboards, am I right? Like, that was like the idea behind Pro Skater 5. And like the ones in between.
Am I right?
If you played 5, you know that was like the main thought process behind that fucking game. It's just like, hey, skateboard, you've seen one of these before, right? Like, once you use these to fucking, like, change a tire. It's like, okay, yeah, ride over there and get the lug wrench and then, like, grind on the car to make the tire fall off. And then kick flip the tire into position. Okay.
No. Just know that most of the time when I'm saying no, I'm saying no to Revenants and all they stand for.
Which is drugs and women abuse, like spousal abuse. They stand for drugs and spousal abuse, and Mark ain't having it. Mark's like, no, I will not allow you to continue to abuse your spouse.
I think I went down the wrong way to get where I need to go.
I will say, like, I'm pretty sure you figured out that, like, I've gotten there now. Like, and I don't mean like I skipped ahead and just went. Like, I've done everything everywhere else. And I don't know if you were curious about it last night / this morning or not. I don't know what time it is. I did get the last Raven. Like the weird thing was, I think what it was, the game. Like you saw the video, right? That I sent you.
Yeah.
All right, so you did see that the game showed that I had 51 out of 51. Not just the trophy. The trophy didn't just pop, but the game actually in game said I had 51 out of 51. But the other part of the map said, the map part said I had still one to go. Now I'm going to tell you that I went out of my way to find that last Raven, and it was one missing. In Helheim, there was one Raven missing, just the one, and it wasn't really even that hard to find. But again, when I got to it, it didn't make any noise. I couldn't have heard it being down there. But I was already looking at a video when I was doing that, so I didn't mince any words. I just went and found it. So I got to it, and like sure enough, I hit it, and you can see like in my video for it that it does not. When I hit the Raven, nothing happened.
Yeah.
And so I literally hit it. Like I hit the Raven. And like that's just it. Like I broke the Raven. Like funnily enough, it's just like that's it. Yeah, you hit it. Now what? It's like nothing. Like there was nothing. And so I did do that. I did everything. I got all the Ravens. I blinded you all, Father. It's over. Like that part of my life is over. And I just kind of wondered if like there was a way for it to like track the number of Ravens I had in the game. Would it say that I had 100? What I said that I had 52? But I am curious as to how that happened.
I mean, because people have experienced it.
Yeah. And I'm just curious as to, is there a Raven somewhere that you don't have to hit? Like that they didn't, they programmed in, but like took it out as part of the count. Because I don't know if you saw it, but there's a Raven on one of the towers. I think it's the Tower of Alfheim. Like on the Lake of Nine. When you stand there, it's facing out to the lake with your back to the door. If you turn left and walk to where the little elevator thing is, and then you look a little to the left, there's a rock archway type thing, and there's a Raven like circling the archway. Not the archway, but the leg of the archway. There's a Raven there. The other night when I was going batshit crazy trying to hit a Raven, it was that Raven. And a part of me wonders, like, did anybody else see that Raven? Like, was that for everybody else to like find, or am I tripping? Like, or was that like one like it was just a Raven left over? Because a part of me feels like what happened. I hit a Raven, died somewhere, and the game didn't save or something.
Mm-hmm.
But the game saved the Ravens. Like it didn't save it to the map, but it saved it to my overall total. I don't know. It didn't make any sense. It didn't fucking matter. I got the damn Ravens. I got the trophy, and I could have like, I could have walked out. I could have left and be like, no, that's it. I'm not gonna do it. I don't have to get the last one, but I had to get the last one to get 151%. 151%. To get 100% on every map, I had to do it.
Atreus can use shock arrows to lock tassel worms and stop them from burrowing. Did you know that?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. The game didn't tell me, but I did figure it out.
Attacks that slam the ground can pop up nearby tassel worms from their burrows.
Oh, what?
The burrowing things.
Yeah, what to the ground?
A slam attack.
How do I slam attack?
I would guess like when you hold your axe and do the slam attack with the axe.
Hmm.
Atreus is not shooting whatever it is that I'm attacking. Because I'm gonna guess, like, I'm gonna look up some more videos if I don't find it this time. And I'm just gonna assume that what it is I have to get every golden type chest in the maze before it'll give me the item. Because that makes more sense than what I'm doing. The only thing that really makes me question that though is I would have to really hurry to do that.
Have you considered a tactical retreat?
Did I just not have a resurrection stone? I love when my phone autocorrects things that I put into it. I really do. Don't you?
Mm-mm. I don't love it. I like it. So much that I won't even try to fight it. Oddly enough, I'm sort of sleepy. And this process is working. I'm gonna probably like, try to get to level 25. Like eventually this will peter out to where the amount of XP I need to level up will like just grow and I won't be able to do anything about it.
Okay, so yeah, this is the general thing. So there is like a set, like, actual path. I'm gonna give you this. To show you what I mean.
Who could be messaging me this time of night? Are you gonna try to see that Mr. Rogers movie?
Probably. Not like right
Do
away.
you like Mr. Rogers?
Yeah.
You did?
Hmm?
I'm shocked a little bit. Knowing you, I figured Mr. Rogers wouldn't have enough titties and beer in it. You like titties and beer.
I want to thank PlayStation 4 for providing me with a copy of God of War.
The PlayStation 4 sent you a copy?
According to this guy, yeah.
If I was
His
Sony, I'd
system
have
just
been
kind of like materialized the disc in his game. Yeah, there's 21 Norner chests.
Nornir is a person, apparently.
Yeah, I'd say so.
The other way is called Muselfine, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, Musa, you're
As far as
fine.
you better not Musel my fine. My fine will remain unmuseled, goddammit.
But the maze is actually just a big diamond, more or less. Just a big baseball diamond with two corners. That's honestly kind of pointless. I don't care. I don't need missed echoes. I don't need more missed echoes to be more clear about the situation.
I had an itch.
I know.
What would you do if you woke up one day and you were allergic to cheese?
I'd be confused more than anything. Did you ask me why?
Hmm?
Did you ask why I would be confused?
No.
Okay, I was making sure because I didn't think you said anything.
You didn't really need to. I just think you'd just be confused because you weren't allergic the day before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna die.
We are.
Ah, hell no. Missed echoes are used for doing dick and butt. Please.
I realize
load.
that that's a talent. I don't mean to like pat myself on the back here. I don't consider this a talent. Being able to extrapolate information like that isn't really all that difficult. It's just something a lot of people don't do anymore. Alright, I'm gonna pose a riddle. I'm gonna pose it to Mark. And if he gets it, then you'll know what the answer is. If he doesn't get it, I'll leave it unanswered. But people can try to answer it in the comment section below. A man is kidnapped, but his kidnappers believe in playing fair. It's a riddle. Don't look too into it. They said you will die here unless you can get the ping pong ball to escape. Not knowing what the hell that meant, he looks around the room and he sees a tube jutting up from the ground. And at the base of the tube, 3 feet long, or 3 feet tall, I guess you could say. And at the bottom of the tube, which is clearly affixed to the ground, there's a ping pong ball. Now he doesn't understand how the ping pong ball is going to help him get out, but he just knows that it's key to his escape. He tries to stick his hand down the tube, and even if his arm did fit, his arm's not 3 feet long. So he can't get it. The kidnappers have stripped him of everything but his underpants. How does the man escape? I guess the actual... you know what? I won't be that misleading. How does the man retrieve the ping pong ball? Because I don't know how he escapes. I just know he needs the ping pong ball and it will be detrimental to his escape.
Couldn't you just suck it out of the tube?
If he was Superman, sure.
I mean, I don't know what kind of tube this is.
It's just a plastic tube. Actually, no. The tube's made out of metal. It's a pipe. It's a pipe sticking up from the ground. 'Cause I don't want anybody to be like, well, can't he just kick it and break it? No, he can't. And even if he could, the tube is more narrow than his hand, so he can't stick his hand down into the tube. Like, he can't make a, People don't understand that to pick something up, there has to be enough space outside of the item for your fingers to expand around it and then close it and then retrieve it.
Yeah.
So even if he could just barely get his hand inside, if he can't spread his fingers out to pick the thing up, he can't pick it up. And there would have to be enough space between, yeah. Like even if he could move his fingers inside the thing, there has to be enough space on the outer edges of the ball, so for him to get his finger
So
on the, in between that space.
is the tube just empty?
Yeah, they're not well,
so it's like it doesn't
empty
lead
other than the
anywhere.
ping
Is
pong
what I'm
ball.
trying to say. Could he like spit or pee on it?
You know what? Why would you say that? Why? I mean, why did you come to that conclusion?
Because it would fill up and then the ball would come to the top.
That is the answer. He urinates in the tube over time, mind you. I would say he probably needs to pick. If you don't want to deal with your own, okay, here's the thing. I'd pee in the tube. You can probably spit in it, but I feel like it would take much longer, especially as often as you piss. It would take a lot longer to fill the tube up with spit than it would urine, because I feel like the spit would slowly evaporate faster than you could produce it in mass.
I feel like another way you could rework that riddle is like say that he has ice or something on it. But like
Yeah.
put other items that are misleading to what you would use that for.
It's like you said, there's a bowl of ice inside, a bowl of ice in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, well, how's ice gonna help? Just drop it in the tube, and over time
It'll melt.
melt. Or at the very least, just melt the ice, drink the water, piss in the tube.
Eventually, one of these solutions will work.
Liquid is the answer either way. If this was a Saw movie, how do you think he gets to the? You know, if this was a Saw movie, how do you get the ping pong ball out?
He had to use blood.
Oh yeah, he's gonna have to cut himself and bleed.
I don't know. Would it float in blood?
Yeah, because it's a ping pong ball. It's empty.
That's fine.
Air is lighter. Air is lighter than all fluids. Fluid, mind you, not gel, but fluid. I think what gel is like a semi-solid. Yeah, it would float inside the. Because remember in Saw 3, I think it was in Saw 3, when the people had to like cut their hands.
Yeah.
The one was making good in it, yeah, because there were little balls inside the thing, like bobbers, like fishing.
Because the secret was is that you needed enough people to not lose blood, enough to die.
Mm-hmm. Which is a fucking lie, because even still, I think you have to realize that the objective was to stick your hand in a running saw blade. The average human would have still not been able to do that, because we have a survival mechanism. You know what I'm saying? You know, your hand, you see it, you're just like, no. There's been saw traps before that use like a heated pressure plate, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I didn't.
Are you sure? Or do you just feel like it's... Because I know like in Saw 2, 3. Oh, it wasn't Saw 3. What was that, Saw 5? That might have been Saw 5.
It was.
Because in Saw 3 was... The Saw
Saw
3
4
was the one I hated.
Saw 4
detective.
was Rig. Or Riggs or Briggs, whatever the fuck his name was.
Yeah, the black guy, the black detective.
Guy. Yeah, and then Saw 5 is when all of the like interlocking stories ended.
Came together.
Cause Saw 3, 4, and 5 all happened kind of at the same time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. which is insane.
It's well written, I'll say that. Even if people came along after, because when it comes to Saw 1, the guys who came up with it to begin with, they didn't have to write the ones after that. They didn't. Like, it wasn't necessary for them to have to write it, because 2 is where like all the stories came together for the most part. Like, they just ran off of the idea of 1, and they just like started from there. I will say, I think Saw is like one of my favorite, like one of the only horror franchises I actually like to watch. Torture porn, if you will. I know you don't consider it torture porn, but I feel like movies like Saw and Hostel are just straight up torture porn.
I mean, they're more
Like, for the masses.
I'll be honest. Because Would You Rather was torture porn as well.
Oh yeah, Would You Rather? Yeah, completely. It's just not as well put together. I'll say that. I will say that I liked watching it because, oddly enough, yeah, because when I watched it, I felt like that's what it was. Like, I felt it was a Saw, like a Saw type movie. Like, that
Did I
was
tell you the
like
weirdest thing
that
about
came
that is that because you had me watch that movie, I noticed when someone who wrote of all things, a My Little Pony fan fiction, and used that, like scenes from that, as inspiration.
I'm sorry.
Would you like me to repeat what I said?
You know what? I don't think I need you to repeat it, but I'd really enjoy if you could elaborate and make those words make sense.
They had the characters in a situation where they did a lot of that stuff in that movie.
Okay. And they're all from My Little Pony.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that at all. I find it strange, but it doesn't make me... So they basically had My Little Pony characters like, would you rather eat a poisoned apple, a possibly poisoned apple? Or
When I say that, like, I mean, like, it's like, would you rather whip somebody, or, like, when I say straight up ripped it off, I mean ripped it off.
Oh, it's all just flat out the scenes from the movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, there were some original things, but there was a lot of that. Like, would you rather whip yourself, or would you rather stab yourself, or would you rather, like, whip somebody or something?
Damn.
Stuff like that.
I'm not gonna lie. That was probably like the harshest scene in the whole movie to me. Was when they whipped the dude. Because the sounds it made when they hit him were so rude. Like, straight up. The sounds it made when they hit that dude, it was so disgusting and rude. Because it was one of those, like, it cut through the air hard. And when it smacked into his back, cutting through his skin, oh, it was horrible.
I'd honestly say, like, even if you don't like those types of movies, like, the ending makes it worth watching it a little bit. Or do you remember what the ending was?
Oh, I remember the ending.
Because it was funny. Not ha-ha funny, but, like, yeah, that makes sense.
I wasn't happy about it. Like, situation, I wouldn't have been happy about it.
I mean, to be fair, she could do something with her life besides worry about that now.
Yeah, he did let her. She was technically free from the bonds of manhood, I suppose. There were a few things in that movie I felt were unfair. Like, well, I don't forget what his options were, but it was like, would you rather let a firecracker go off in your hand, or would you do something else? And he was like, all right, cool, I'll hold the firework. And I felt like that was so unfair. Because first off, they lied. It wasn't a firework. It wasn't even a regular old firecracker. It was a quarter stick of dynamite. And then on top of that, they duct taped it around his hand. Like duct taped his hand closed around it.
I'd honestly say this is why semantics matter.
Yeah. It's technically a firework. No, it's a quarter stick of goddamn dynamite. There's a big difference. It's like saying, would you rather eat a bug or do this other thing? I was like, okay, I'm gonna eat a bug, and they just pull out a scorpion. That's not a bug.
It's an
That's close
arachnid.
enough. Yeah, not a bug. Yeah, bug enough.
It's like you have to eat a slug. When I imagine eating a slug, it doesn't seem like a pleasant experience. You can throw around slimy yet satisfying as much as you want, and you make it any better.
If it's alive,
Because
I
here's
feel
the
like-
thing, like, I don't have a problem. The idea of eating bugs actually doesn't gross me out. Like, if they're cooked, anyway. I mean, because I don't want to, I don't want to eat, like, raw chicken, so...
but you can technically eat raw chicken and not get sick.
What?
You can eat raw chicken and not get sick.
That's how you get salmonella.
Actually, it's possible to get salmonella, but it is not guaranteed. And salmonella is actually more so found in chicken egg shells, as opposed to like eggs or raw chicken, which is something that a lot of people don't know. They just assume that eating raw eggs will give you salmonella.
I mean, that's
But
the
the
same reason I
salmonella
don't eat, like, I don't care for eating cookie dough.
Oh. I could have told you that. Yeah, that's not how you get salmonella. Unless I have it and don't know I have it. Like, I will eat. But to keep in mind, you can also
you've just been playing Russian roulette and you've just gotten lucky and so you feel invincible.
not all easier. You met me, you seen my life? Shit!
Look what you done now.
Look what you did.
Talk about look at your life. Look at your life. Look at your life.
That's what I'm saying.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Well,
You've provided the example of looking at your life.
yeah, fair enough. I guess that's what happened. Like on this song.
Because they've made it seem like you don't need to kill everybody. Like, you don't have to do all the rooms. You just have to do this one room and get lucky from what I've read. Almighty lucky or whatever the fuck. Okay. Just...
Mm-hmm.
Time to go.
Look, Mimir, I know it's time to go. I know I need to leave. I wouldn't be here if I had the option.
But I don't. Your stupid head on the thing. I don't have that option. I have to be here.
I mean, I
I'm
kind of feel like
stuck.
his real only issue is that if I happen to die, like, he's just stuck here, breathing this for the rest
Well,
of his
I
life.
feel like that's not true though, because unless I die in a trap, I don't think necessarily Mimir is screwed for life. Like if I fall to an enemy, and the enemies happen to just let Atreus walk out, he's kind of okay. Because Atreus can like roll me over, get the head, and go be a man.
I'm gonna be really lucky if I make it back with my life. Like, I feel like I might be able to activate rage mode if I need to. I
You
still
might be
didn't get
able
it, by the
to.
way.
I see you're actually enjoying Ivaldi's workshop.
If you keep saying I'm enjoying this bullshit, I'm gonna kill you, you son of a bitch.
Who's saying it? Sindri?
Yeah. Well, I have enough to upgrade that thing. I don't need to, but I can.
Upgrade what thing?
It's a blade pommel that you get out of one of the chests.
A blade pommel.
Like, I still haven't even used my resurrection stone. The Raging Inferno of Muspelheim.
Oh.
What else was there?
Nisulfun. It's Muspelheim. It's
Yeah,
Muspelheim mistaken.
I'm going to Muspelheim.
Do you never question whether or not some of those YouTube how-to videos are misleading on purpose?
No, I mean, they try to make it seem like they're talking about what they know because they want your view. and by extension money.
That's not the question. I mean, I understand that if they're lying and it's found, and you know, they're caught lying, people will say, oh yeah, this person made up the stuff they were talking about. They were lying. And it's like, and they're gonna be like, yeah, you were. You're a liar.
Gasp. Whoa.
Did you ever hear of Sorcerer's Tomb?
Not as such, but it sounds like the Fire Giant's training ground, where he kept himself in fighting shape for Ragnarok.
So how do we know Sorcerer didn't go to Jotunheim with the rest of the giants?
Well, why would he? He's a pre-Bergelmerian giant. Muspel was his home long before the flood. That's better this way.
This person's
Both
saying
man for everything not on fire.
that in order to get this thing I need, I have to kill the Valkyrie first.
So the problem with that is, people are kind of just going to tell you what they've experienced.
I mean, it worked for them, so they could believe it's true.
Right. Yeah, that's what I mean. But still, they don't know for sure, but they're going to tell you. But there's like, it's worked for them, so therefore that's how it works, in their opinion. Instead of just saying, well, this is how I got it. Your results may vary.
So this one is straight up just survive for 5 minutes. In this place, I think, is where you get the final upgrade for the blades. So at the very least, I can find, if I can progress here, I can at least get the final upgrade for the blades.
I fight it.
I would say they're being very generous with how much health they're giving you. Very generous indeed.
I've been struggling since a child, now them days is gone.
I feel like the next challenge is going to be survive for 5 minutes, or no, 10 minutes rather. Because I'm doing that right now. I'm doing the 5 minutes right now.
I know.
But the actual,
Do
like,
you?
our actual bedroom.
I was listening when you said it. Like, short of you lying.
Yeah. The sugar head, yeah. I'm sorry.
I'm stopping though, because I don't feel like when I get finished, I'll actually play the game.
Mm-hmm.
I've spent like 10 hours in this house.
I wonder what the highest level your gear can possibly be.
Probably like 10.
That's what I want to say.
But I think it's like not that high. Because the highest I've seen gear get up to is like 7. But I'm already at 7. That's like, it's possible you can max out at what, like 8 or 9. I'm gonna say 9 because that sounds like a good number for them to stop at. Lake
Because
of
I'm
9.
halfway through 8 right now. And as far as I know, I basically have the best gear in the game. Just not upgraded all the way.
I need you to go start fix the bed, because I can't pull it. Like it's, you gotta move your stuff. Yes.
Now they got their hands out like a hoodlum.
We covered up Bonnie and she was just looking at me like, death. Hello. Watch her for...
I don't know if you can hear me.
Ooh,
You.
yeah.
Good. Because if you couldn't, that means my microphone is broken, and I don't know why it would be broken.
And you would cry.
Actually, I probably would, given how much this thing costs.
I want to believe that my microphone would be cheaper now, but I could be very wrong.
Well, I checked, my microphone still stays in the 100 range.
Oh, that's all yours was? $100?
When it was on sale. But,
Oh,
like, that was
oh.
back then. Like, now, it stays
I
within
didn't
the
get that
100
luxury.
range.
I didn't get that luxury. Mine was like $200, not on sale. But it'd have to be like less than $200 by now. But the thing is, have USB microphones really increased in quality since then?
No, there's a pro version of my microphone now. I don't know what that changes. I wish you would tell me what the challenge actually is before I accept it. But... Enemies quickly regenerate health.
Here we go.
So just kill everything before it regenerates health. Or just knock it into the lava. That seems to be a pretty easier way to handle this. Oh, I think the lava might actually be the only option. Short of making them stunned. Because they regenerate health faster than I can put damage on them. Or I could just whack them with my shield. Wolves, not wolves. I'm gonna guess that at some point in this fight they're gonna make me fight something I can't stagger into the air but knock into the... I think the wolves might actually be that thing.
There's another way to do it.
I mean, I can stun kill them. What?
If you can get a parry, your light parry response shoots them back, no matter who they are.
Huh.
When I say response, I don't know what the hell I don't know what word I was thinking of. When I say light parry, it should be the one, not the one that slams it to the ground,
Yeah.
but the one that he punches with the shield.
Light attack.
In the edge of the shield. Yeah, it literally, no matter which enemy it is, if he hits them with that, they fly. Now I can't promise that they don't put like invisible walls up that the enemy will bounce off of, but so far that's been like the way I've killed enemies that I wanted to ring out. Now
You know, I've not used the fucking quick turn in so long, I forgot that was even a mechanic.
Because it's wrong. You can switch it to the... Actually, no, wait. I think you can switch it to L3 if you really want to. But then that would make run the down button.
I mean, I honestly don't need it. This is the thing.
No, but I still think taking my finger off the actual thing is like, no.
That was pretty good.
What?
I just flung that motherfucker off the side of the mountain. Yeah, these guys, they are not going to get knocked off anything. I have to use the other attack. Be gone.
Red, ripe, seedless. Watermelon.
Would you try a watermelon shake?
Yeah. Why?
It's a thing that the place has near here.
The universe has somewhere.
It's a thing that a place has near here. A place. A place.
I feel like we were in the same boat. There's a place the universe has somewhere. Oh, still true.
Collect your reward. Because that's what's gonna happen. We just have to.
Everything.
We have to eventually just devolve it until it's just noise.
Nothing until it's nothing. It retains its voice at the very least.
The cadence, it's there. Why would you even put that there? That's 500 coins. What does that mean to me at this point in the game?
I keep reading it.
Coins?
It's Hacksilver, but it's coins.
I really can't.
Your eternal reward.
It's a lava waterfall.
It's a lava fall.
Isn't at all terrifying, is it?
Why was it important to Jafar that he killed Aladdin any damn way?
So that no one knew how he rose to power, I guess.
But
I mean-
he didn't know he was Jafar.
You know, you got a point.
Because at the end of the day, Aladdin lived, right?
Another sword.
Yeah.
Well, I know he lived. Aladdin lived.
Spoiler alert.
He still wasn't able to tell nobody who locked him in there.
I mean, I think by the end of the movie, he still didn't know that old guy
No,
was...
and at no point did he know.
I guess that's just something they didn't think about.
I'm just saying, like, if what happened in the movie was that Aladdin went to give him the lamp, but something happened and he fell along with the lamp. It would the movie would have went the same way. You know what I'm saying? You know,
Yeah.
all they gotta do is get the lamp. They ain't gonna do nothing else. You know,
This is why people didn't like you, Trace. I know not specifically know if anyone didn't like Atreus.
why? Because he told you not now?
Yeah, he's not ready.
Not ready.
Of course, this challenge would be with one of the fucking bug fucks.
There you go. We called him a bug fuck. Bug fuck. Two bug fucks. 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 Two bug fucks.
And for what it's worth, there are 2 bug fucks.
Extra bugs. Two bug fucks. Two bug fucks. Two bug fucks.
And this particular challenge wants me to kill everybody else before I can damage the main boss.
Who is
One of
Bug
those,
Fuck?
one of the chief bug people.
So it is indeed Bug Fuck. I am Bug Fuck.
Bug fuck.
I am Suck Dr. Sir Bugly Fuck. What?
I mean,
It's your idea.
I'm just trying to kill this guy. That's all I'm doing. You're the one.
Oh, I'm the one. Okay. Ooh.
You make fun, but I'm.
So I found this dude on YouTube named The Geek Critic. The Geek Critique. He's not very good.
I thought you were gonna say Black Nerd.
Yeah, I found him. I found the Black Nerd on YouTube. Like, I'm the reason he's gonna be popular. He has a list.
Like Chris Jericho?
Hmm?
He said he has a list.
List.
Oh, I thought you said list.
Oh, list.
They had the audacity to add what I think is a Revenant to this fight. I say that because I was beating the fuck out of it before he even got a chance to exist.
The Revenant or the Bug Force?
The Revenant.
So I'd like to know, you saw that I'm looking for like a game to play at the Gabor. At the Gabor?
Gabor?
What? At the Gabor? You know, so at the Gabor? What do you think I ought to play? Like, do you think cause I clearly have the taste for a Metroidvania style game. I clearly am in the mood for that.
Oh, there's still a guy. That's what the problem is. I don't think this guy is
I
here.
still a guy.
There is still a guy.
Oh. And so, here's the thing. When it comes to Metroid, if I was gonna play all of them in order, one, I have to wait for you to send me did you start the damn game yet?
I keep telling you I'm going to.
That's, yeah, going to. That's like that day. I thought you meant like later that night.
No.
Like,
My
play it in the
priorities right now,
downtime.
my priorities right now is God of War, then that, and then Detroit Become Human when it comes here.
But you can't play them both at the same time, man. That's like the point. There's a game to play when you're not playing another game. It's a relaxing experience. Because God of War is not relaxing anymore.
Kill enemies while they're inside the golden rings.
So can I not damage them outside the gold rings, or?
I think the idea is I have a total of 2 minutes to do this.
Do you have 2 minutes to do it?
That's what it looks like.
Oh,
I mean, no, you can damage them when they're outside the ring.
Oh, yeah, you just have to kill them inside the ring. All right.
But the thing is if they get outside the ring, then... If you accidentally kill them outside the ring, then... You know...
Then nothing?
Then, yeah, then nothing. Then you killed someone for no good reason. Now, have you know that it's really easy to kill people when you're not trying?
Okay, here's my problem with this video already. He's basically talking about when games get remade. And so far, he's been showing just like, you know, what it looks like. You know, he's showing off games that have been remade and either done well or done poorly. But for some reason, he showed Diddy Kong Racing, and then he showed TMNT Turtles in Time Reshelled. Does he think those are the same?
Maybe?
Wait, am I level 25? I am level 25. Okay. I was gonna stop at level 25, but I don't really want this yet.
No, don't stop until you reach level 500.
Okay, the game doesn't go that far. Go that high. I think it
I
goes
know,
like
that's
60.
why you can't stop till you reach level 500. You have to make it happen because you believe it.
Mark, shut up, Mark. Shut up.
No, you can't stop.
Shut up. You can do whatever the fuck I like.
But if you do, then everyone will be disappointed.
Who is everyone?
Me.
I have no desire. I have no qualms about disappointing you. But he's talking about Metroid Zero missions, so I'm just wondering, like, how do you feel about what do you think I should do? Like, do you think I should just bite the bullet and play a Metroid game? Because I'm gonna be real with you, I don't think I can knock out Metroid. I don't think I can kill. I don't think I can beat Zero Mission in 2 weeks, in 15-minute increments. Like, I really don't. Or do you think I should do that Turtles game that I've been talking about?
I mean, that Turtles game that you've been talking about would be something that a lot of people probably wouldn't have done. At the very least.
I'm about to say, it's been done for sure, but yeah, as far as like, mostly for trophy runs. Like for people, like, if you get stuck and you need that. And which is good, because I got lost playing the damn game.
Okay, that's I'm not happy about. Like if you do an attack that makes you grab them and run them out of the ring,
Yeah.
that doesn't count.
How do you pronounce Samus's last name? Aaron or Aaron?
Aram.
Yeah,
Samus Aram.
Yeah, a lot of people pronounce the same as Aaron. And if I'm not mistaken, they actually do it. They call her that in a.
Oh, that's the trick for this one. The ring is moving.
Yeah, but I was like, Super Metroid is not a bad game, but Super Metroid isn't. It doesn't play as well as the ones on Game Boy Advance. Like, regardless of how you want to take that, like the Game Boy Advance is legit just a souped up, like Super Nintendo. Like, to be completely honest, that's what it is. Like, regardless of how you look at it, it's literally just a souped up Super Nintendo. Soup. But Super Metroid, again, is not a bad game. It's just not. It's not the other games. The moon jump? Oh. I will say that I had a hard time with the puzzles. I had a hard. I've never like completely 100% any Metroid game until Samus Returns.
You said the gate opened, but I don't know where the gate is. I'm gonna stop the stream here and restart